color and fracture the light. You can't help but shine. And I know that you carry the world on your back, but look at you tonight. The lights, your face, your eyes, exploding like fireworks in the sky. Set fire in your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, kiss it, daddy, body. Touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, kiss it, daddy, body. Look what we found, karma reached out into our hearts and pulled us to our feet now. You know the truth is, we could disappear anywhere as long as I got you there. When the sun dies, till the day shines. When I'm with you, there's not enough time. You are my spring flower, watching you bloom wild. We are surrounded, but I can only see the lights. Your face, your eyes, exploding like fireworks in the sky. Set fire in your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, kiss it, daddy, body. Touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, kiss it, daddy, body. You're glowing. Your color and fracture the light. Look at you tonight. छुपा के तू धनक फिर दी की वे रब ने दो नाड़ा उते नीलम जड़े चम के सितारे बरसी touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I can do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma के सितारे बरसी touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party, I can do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma के सितारे बरसी body while you're pushing on me.
Okay, welcome in. So I just saw everybody's comments in the chat, and I actually was on the state of Idaho website reading through some of the newest documents when my mod chat started talking about this. And apparently Brian Enton has posted this on Twitter, and the Gonsalves family has posted that it is also true. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm waiting for complete details before I say anything about it, because I don't like to run with rumors and misinformation, and I want to find out exactly what has happened. So Brian Enton's post is dumb, in my opinion. It doesn't even make any sense, because he says, I have learned Brian Kohberger has accepted a plea deal. Sources confirm the prosecution has proposed dropping the death penalty in exchange for Kohberger pleading guilty to committing the 4 murders and serving life. That doesn't even make any sense. We're literally 2 months from trial. Today, trial's supposed to start on the 18th of August. Voir dire is supposed to start the first week of August. They just had a hearing, and they also literally just today filed an order sealing the second notice of the defendant's additional objections to the juror questionnaire. Why in the hell would the defense be filing a motion today if he has accepted a plea deal today. None of this is making sense to me. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I'm not saying that it is, because I just don't have enough information right now to verify one way or the other. I realize that people are running with it and that there's a lot of people who are already reporting about it. I don't care. That ain't me. Ain't never been. I don't care about getting it out there first. I want to get it out there accurately. So I plan on watching and waiting. And like I said, I mean, literally, well, that's fantastic, Giggle Jiggle, but the major news stations aren't always correct either. Let's see. One moment. Just got something else. All right. So he's supposed to have a court date on July 2nd. The family is pissed. The Gonsalves family is mad because they said it's true. We're beyond furious at the state of Idaho. They have failed us. So apparently he's going to have, according to this that was just posted on one of the local news stations, there's going to be a court date on July 2nd, and he is going to change his plea. Oh, I'm definitely going to do a recap of the case because this is where I'm at with it. I still don't think he's guilty. I still do not believe that he is the only person that did this. I just do not. And I'm never going to. What I do believe, though, is that Ann Taylor felt as if she was pushed up against a wall, because I do believe she was, by that judge. And I think that they knew going into this trial, with the way the judge has been during every single one of these preliminary hearings, that the chance of him getting any kind of fair trial was never going to happen. So the best that they could hope for is life and not the death penalty. So, you know, his motivations, what happened, it's really sad in a lot of ways that this was even allowed to happen. Why the prosecution agreed to this, I will never understand. With the amount of hours of manpower and time and effort that have gone into trying this case, and only being 2 months away from that, how they would even consider a plea at this point is beyond me. And I agree with the families. I do feel like they've been robbed, because you'll never know all of the evidence. You'll never know all of the evidence. No, Crystal, the only thing he has to do is plead guilty. Well, Tiffany, if they felt they didn't have an airtight case, they didn't. And I've said that from the beginning. But I can't imagine. I don't know. This is very, very. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The judge doesn't have to accept the plea. Just because Brian accepted a plea, just because a plea was offered to him, does not mean that the judge has to accept that plea. So we really won't know anything until Tuesday or Wednesday. Thursday. No, when is the 2nd? I think that is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We won't know. No, you can't appeal a plea deal. So we won't know anything else until Wednesday. And if the judge does accept this plea deal, which I will tell you right now, the families are dead set against it. And it's very surprising to me that the families didn't know anything about this, because typically they consult with the families, or at least let them know ahead of time, so they're not shocked by what is going to happen. So for the families to have found out that this was happening through social media and the news, which, I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised, to be honest. They found out about the 911 call being released that way as well. And honestly, this is a huge letdown for a lot of people, because this case, I mean, we've been following it since it happened, and there's so much, but there's so much that we don't know. And to not ever get those facts, I feel like this is going the same way that Gypsy's trial went, the same way that Nick's trial went. I don't know. I'm just going to hold out hope that the judge denies it, because I feel at this point that it needs to go to trial. This is crazy. I just, this is just dumbfounding right now. Absolutely dumbfounding. Jen, the Gonsalves family has raised over $80,000 to go to the trial. $80,000 has been raised for them to go to the trial. For them, 10 of their relatives, and their small animals. And all of the other families other than Ethan's have also raised money to go for the trial. This is very disheartening, to say the least. Very, very disheartening. You try to believe in the justice system, and you try to believe in the way that things work. But unfortunately, more often than not, justice isn't served. Look at the Watts case. Look at Gypsy's case. Look at this. Is it justice? The way that these cases were decided? Is it justice for people to never know the answers as to why these things happened? I don't think it is. I just don't. But that's my opinion. And now the conspiracy theories are going to jump again about why this happened. Now, all of the people who've been making up the conspiracy theories and these fantastical ideas and scenarios about this case, now they're going to jump fantastical scenarios about why this plea deal was offered. Crystal, if it doesn't go to court, we're not going to get answers because none have to be forthcoming. If the judge accepts the plea deal on Wednesday, we know everything there is. No, it's not an offered plea. Mm-mm. This literally says it is a plea of guilty. Without they took life off the table. It's a guilty plea with the specific clauses that he cannot try to appeal, and he will do life in prison with zero possibility for parole. Very, very, very disappointing. I wouldn't be surprised if the judge accepts it either, for the sole reason is he doesn't want to try this case to begin with. That man is the most disinterested and he doesn't care. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that could have happened. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, there's a lot that we could sit here and speculate about how this happened or why it happened till the cows come home. But facts are, we may never know. We may never know anything else other than what we know right now. I just cannot believe that he took a deal. No, you don't have to give details. You don't have to give anything. Nothing. Well, it depends on how they write the plea, to be honest. There's a lot of different ways that you can write it. Just one more thing in a long line of things today that have just completely baffled me. Exactly, Summer. I don't know. I truly do not know, y'all. Um, it could be a lot of different things. Could be a lot of different things. I'm just, yes, they do, Tiff. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, they do. I'm trying to get this posted on. I'm trying to post something about it on here, but I'm going to drop the link because I want to talk about Robbie and the other stuff that's going on around here. And enough is enough at this point with all of this mess. You know, today, today he really went above and beyond, and he's been going above and beyond. But today was really the today was just ridiculous. And you know, he's gone after Amy's family and Amy's stepfather for months now. And it's honestly, at this point, ridiculous that he's even still allowed to have a platform with the things that he says. The stuff that he was saying today was absolutely disgusting. And I will say this. Amy and her stepfather are taking the steps that they need to take to remedy this. And I will say this. The rest of us are also doing what we need to do to take care of it. And Irma Verman, when you have the balls to come on here as yourself and put a picture of you on here, then that gives you the reason or the right to talk about somebody else. Until then, you pussy ass bitch, and I don't care if you're male or female, you're still a bitch, a dickless bitch. Shut the fuck up and stay out of my chat. Stay over there with your scum-sucking shit bags that you usually wallow around in shit with. And prancing my young men around in public like I'm Cher. Bitch, I got one young man. And I don't prance him anywhere. He is his own person and makes his own choices. And as far as Tiffany, are you mad because she's stirring up the shit pool that you live in? You should be. You should be. Because that shit's draining pretty quickly, isn't it? Stay tuned, you dumb bitch. Now, as I said, anybody else while we're at it? Anybody else in here feeling like Billy Badass and want to make a statement? Click the link, you dumb bitch. You had to type that in the chat. Why didn't you take the link and come your ass up here? I was up here completely by myself.
Yeah, the link was right there. I mean, Irma Gerd, can't you just click a link?
Or is it because you're blocked that you can't? Interesting. Well, the fact that, you know, Robbie is blatantly and publicly harassing a state senator, not a very good look there, Robbie, over drama on the internet, that there is multitudes of proof that you are the harasser, not anybody else. You. All that you have are claims with zero basis or fact behind them to back it up. You have no proof. Although Amy, as well as the rest of us, have plenty of proof of the things that you have done. The only thing that you do, little man, is sit on a freaking YouTube channel, spit and spew accusations and insults, instead of taking the time to look in a mirror and do some self-reflection about how pitiful your life is. We all know, we all see. And you can say that everybody else's life is pitiful, but really, when you sit there looking like you do, with your pinpointed pupils, twitching, scratching, humping, you, Scotty, and Nikki, as well as Siren, are probably the four most ridiculously stupid people I've ever met. You make threats, veiled or otherwise, nonstop. And Scotty's a felon. You have a court date on Wednesday. None of you are very bright. And after last night and the threats that Scotty made, game on. And when I say game on, I want to make this very clear that I and every other person that you've threatened, whether it was veiled or otherwise, are fed up. And we are taking control of the situation ourselves in the correct way. Now run that into whatever circle of shit you want to put out your own narrative about what I've said. But mark my words, this is not going to end well. And it's not going to be for those of us who have done nothing. Right is right and wrong is wrong, right? It's one thing to do drama. Because let's face it, I do drama really fucking well. This isn't drama. This is real life going pieces of shit who have zero lives of their own, who want to make everybody else as miserable as they are. Threatening people's jobs, their families. None of us over here do that. And I don't care how much you say that it's been done to you, where. And I will say this again. I said that I would report Siren's behavior to his employer. Sure did. Sure did. He sat on a live 3 separate times sucking a flashlight while saying my 17-year-old child's name. Sure did. And I would do the same thing to any other person that did the same thing. While y'all are so busy worrying about what man I'm talking to and how old they are, and let's face it, y'all really don't even care about that. Y'all don't care how old these guys are. Y'all don't care that I'm talking to them. The only thing you care about is trying to make me look bad and painting a narrative of the situation to fit what your goal is. Have at it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing one thing wrong. And I'm enjoying every single moment with Sweet Cheeks. And plan on it. Because let's face it, I don't care what kind of relationship you're in. You start a new relationship, nobody knows how it's going to go, or how it's going to end, or how long it's going to last. And I plan on enjoying this, whether it lasts a month, a year, whatever, as long as it does. Game stop today. Done. Done. This is the end of this reign of terror of these absolute buffoons. And if you continue to sit in the cesspool that they've created, more power to you. You'll be their next victim. And I'll sit over here and laugh. Nobody over here is like them. Nobody over here is like them. And Robbie may think that he's in control and he has the upper hand. And Scotty may sit there and say, you should have known who you were messing with. And Nikki can sit over there and grandstand all she wants to on her whatever sawed off frame. And Siren can sit there and suck whatever he wants to on camera. There are consequences to the things that you do and the actions that you take. And not everything needs to be spoken about publicly. But as far as Sweet Cheeks and I, keep talking. He loves it. Legitimately loves the fact that y'all can't keep him out of your mouth because of me. Mama 4. We got it. And when I tell y'all that we got it, we got it. Just saying.
Hi.
Hey.
How's everybody? Hi, Crafton.
There you go. I had to join my phone. My damn laptop keeps going in and out.
Oh, no.
Jessica, to anybody that's coming in about the Idaho 4, I'm not going live about any of it until I know for sure what's happening. There's not enough information right now to go live about it. The only thing we know is that there's a plea deal that's been offered and that he's accepted it. We don't know the details, and we also don't know if the judge is going to accept it or not. The court date is on Wednesday, and once I know for sure whether or not it's accepted, then we'll know more. But right now, I mean, literally, there's not anything to report other than he took a plea deal. We don't know the specifics, and we don't know if it's going to be accepted. I do believe it will be, because I don't think the judge wants anything to do with this trial, nor has he from the beginning. But there's really, I mean, I'm going to put up something that says that he accepted a plea deal. But other than that, no. I'll talk about it on Wednesday after the hearing. I just find it very bizarre that they literally just filed today their objections to the juror questionnaire. It's just a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
Little strange.
Are you done saying what you were saying?
Yeah, I just was reading something that came through.
Well, I just wanted to clarify one thing. I didn't even know that he spoke about me. I just happened to click his video and watched it, and I was actually shocked. I thought it was going to be about you. It was titled, had your name in it. And when he got to the part about me, I'm thinking, did he listen to anything that I said? I was not trying to diagnose him on panel. I came up here yesterday, and anybody that was here knows that I was repeating what he had said on his live, about, the taking a drug test live every day and yada yada yada. And to call me a corpse, a heroin, I must be a heroin addict because I'm so skinny. Robbie, for somebody that claims to be into such health and nutrition and fitness, you should probably know the facts of, the way body handles stress. And I've had some stressful things going on in my life lately. Yeah, I've lost a couple of pounds, but not anything that my doctor is worried about. I'm 110 pounds at my normal weight. I lost 10 pounds. Okay, I know that may seem a lot to somebody that we only weighs 110. Naturally, that's what I weighed when I stopped growing since whatever, middle school, high school. Um, and I'm also, if you really need to know, my body also has an autoimmune disease. I have stress induced alopecia. I'm also losing my hair right now. So, don't call me a heroin addict. I'm not a heroin addict. I've never touched it. I did opiates in the past, 10 years off of them. I was not accusing you of anything. So to turn around and say that I look like a corpse, I mean, that's just disgusting.
Well, Louise. You don't have to explain any of that. You're beautiful, and he's only going to try to hit the ad hominem, bullshit like that because he can't come up with a logical argument to anything. So he takes offense at what somebody he doesn't hear himself, but somebody tells him was said, runs with it as though that's the fact without any context whatsoever. And his argument to whatever it is they told him you said is to attack your physical character. Give me a fucking break. He looks like he's been embalmed. If anybody looks like a corpse, it's him. If he laid down on a metal table naked, most people would assume he's fucking dead. He doesn't
I'm
even, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, and that's like something that does make me self-conscious because I am a small person. I'm only 5 foot tall. I mean, I don't know what you want me to be, 170 pounds. I mean, then you'd be calling me a cow or something. I don't get
right,
it. But
right.
it's like there's never going to be a happy medium with him, obviously.
Well,
Um,
let me say this. You can't, and I'm sorry I didn't stop you beforehand. I should have stopped you at the beginning. Number one, you should not, you don't owe him anything. You don't owe him an
Well,
explanation. You don't owe him any justification. You owe him nothing. Here's the thing. You got on my panel. He's taking things out on you in order to direct them at me. We know how this goes. Everybody does it, has done it. However, what you look like compared to what he looks like, no one knows your circumstances. No one knows anything about your health history or anything else. The only thing he did today, with all of the accusations that he lobbed in your direction, was prove once again just exactly who he is. He sits on his channel and he spits and spews allegations and accusations about people that he knows absolutely nothing about because he gets his feelings hurt because he's a methed up, drug addicted, alcoholic loser who
no,
refuses to actually in house treatment and claims to be sober living every other day. You're not, you never have been, you never will be until you actually get help.
no,
And
you're
all of us
right.
are tired of it. All of us are tired of it. Every single one of us is tired of it. We're tired of his behavior. We're tired of Scotty's behavior. We're tired of Nikki's behavior. And we're tired of Siren's behavior. All of us. And when I say all, y'all can sit over there and think that you're the majority all you want to. And you can think that numbers don't matter and views don't matter, but I beg to differ. You obviously don't understand how social media works. You can't continue to be as toxic as the four of them are with no repercussions. Eventually, karma catches up. And it's on your heels, nipping.
And you reap what you fucking sow.
Exactly. The threats that the four of them have made just in the last week are absolutely ridiculous. Last night, Scotty's sitting up there talking about reporting Nabil to his family
Yeah.
to try to get him in trouble or executed, while she's using those two words in the same sentence, executed and in trouble. And preaching about something as if she knows anything about Pakistan and how the laws there work.
Yep.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I'm used to the stuff that they say about my family. I'm used to the stuff they say about my children. And Lord knows I'm used to the stuff they say about me. But going after him just because he sits on a panel with me and he cares about me, Where's the person that cares about you, Scotty, Nikki, Robbie, Siren? Where? Where is anybody that cares about any of you? Because I've yet to see one. The only thing I see in your chats are the same scum-sucking shitbags that are in every other disgusting chat. That's why none of you can go live at the same time, because you wouldn't have anybody watching you if you split your audience of 3. One of you would have 0. Y'all are jokes. You're absolutely nothing and you're absolutely nobody. 4 losers, middle-aged losers. And yes, I'm middle-aged too and proud of it. I'm proud of every gray hair I have. And Nabil knows about every year. And y'all can think that he's a scammer and I'm giving him money and he's doing this and he's doing that all you want to. But none of you know one thing about what our relationship is like. You see what we choose for you to see on social media. What goes on behind the scenes, none of you know anything about. And you won't. Because I've never, ever, ever brought my relationships public. And I won't now. So continue your ridiculousness. And just like Sweet Cheeks told y'all last night, do whatever you think you need to do. You've literally made public threats against all of us. We haven't done that. You've made accusations and said that we've done things, but you've showed 0 proof of any of them. According to y'all, Amy and Tiffany are behind everything that happens on the fucking internet. When in reality, we find out when you confess, Robbie, that you are actually the one who is behind the majority of the things that have actually happened. You have 0 credibility, 0 integrity, and you're not as popular as you think you are, little man. Hence the number of people that are watching. And I'll tell you something else. When all of this is said and done and things have been settled and the dust settles, write it down that Sweet Cheeks and I are still together. And just like I said at the beginning of this, whether it lasts a month, a year, 2 months, whatever, I'm going to enjoy every single moment. Because unlike you scum-sucking shitbags who have no life and 0 happiness among you, I'm not living my life that way. And if the opportunity presents itself to me, I'm latching on. So continue to be miserable. I'll be over here smiling and laughing.
Exactly.
Lord, the only reason he goes at people, he does it, and like everybody said, it's the same playbook every time, right? When you point out something incredibly honest and accurate about him that he can't argue back because he knows it's true, that's immediately what he does. He goes for people's looks. And I'm a small girl too. I get it. I lose 5 pounds and I look like I'm emaciated. You know, I put on 5. I look like I've plumped. You know, I've gained a bunch. It's just a hard kind of place to be when you're a smaller girl. And I thought you looked lovely the other day when you're on camera, and healthy and tan and everything else. So
I mean, I will say I do feel, I mean, I do look underweight. Because I'm used to seeing myself at 110, 112 pounds, you know,
yeah.
but I've gone through a ton of shit over the last 3 months, and this is just the way my body responds to things. That's it. It's not that I'm not eating and or I'm starving myself, and I know I don't owe him an explanation. But what really I think bothered me, and it wasn't even about my appearance. It's the fact that I wasn't trying to um like treat him or diagnose him at all whatsoever. I was repeating what he had said on his live. You know, there was none of that. I'm like, where did he get that from?
He
Laura,
does. He
Laura,
doesn't have comprehension skills. He
No.
doesn't comprehend that. He doesn't want to comprehend that. That requires critical thinking. He doesn't have
Well, not only
critical
that,
thinking.
but he doesn't. It wouldn't matter what you got up here and said, Laura. He's going to find fault with it because he can't stand for anybody to say anything about him. But he's supposed to get up there and spit and spew anything and everything he wants to say about every other person.
And then today I'm listening, and as I'm getting mad listening, and then I'm like, all of a sudden I just bursted out laughing. I'm like, this has got to be a joke, right? I'm sitting here getting heated over him calling me a corpse looking human or whatever, dead person, when he's best friends with some bimbo that won't even cam up. Okay. What the hell's wrong with me? I snapped right out of it. I was like, get the hell out of here. Like, okay, well, tell your friend Nikki to turn her camera on. Foolishness.
He's an out of control toddler. He's throwing tantrums on the internet every single day. Anybody might point out something that's a little bit too accurate about him. He can't handle any type of criticism. He's a toddler. I'm starting to sound like Nikki now. Holy smokes.
Okay, so I want to address this really quickly. A girl, here's the link. Like you didn't see it. You just don't see it yet because you're in the love bombing stage. Sweet Cheeks might be fooling all of you, but he's not fooling me. Okay. Number one, I'm not in the love bombing stage of anything. Do y'all really think that I'm an absolute idiot and I don't understand the way life works? Are you really that fucking stupid? I do true crime for a living. That is how I support myself financially, by doing true crime content. Do you not think that I have thought of every possible scenario and asked every possible question, both to myself and him? And I don't really give two fucks if you're fooled or not. And if y'all think I'm giving him money, you're idiots. He has thrown more at me than I have ever thrown for him. So continue to think what you want. None of your opinions matter. When you have the balls to put a profile picture there and your name and click a link, say it with your whole chest. I'm not stupid. Never have been, contrary to what some of you want to think.
You know, here's my opinion on a couple things with his ass. Robbie, when you start dating women and you start having an interest in women, your opinion about what they look like then will have relevance. Until then, shut the fuck up. All right? Call me whatever fucking you want to call me ugly or hot or fucking whatever, all right? And it has whatever value. You are a gay man, okay? You do not like women. That is the established science. So, of course, you think every woman is fucking ugly. End of, okay? You look like an embalmed corpse. So, fuck off. But additionally, since you're so keen on calling people and you love to call and do all this background shit, here's an idea for you. Why don't you call your parents? Why don't you make amends and work your shit out with your own family? None of us have called them. They've come around over here. They're obviously reaching out for some kind of fucking help with your ass. Why don't you fucking call mom and dad? None of us are going to do it for you.
Amen.
And whatever opinion, again, I'm going to say it again, whatever opinion you have of women at all is null and fucking void.
And I want to say this very quickly because some of you don't watch TikTok. But today, this morning, this afternoon, whatever, on Sweet Cheeks panel, he brought my niece, my nephew, my sister Nikki's children, and my mother up on panel with him. Not long after that, we were talking on the phone, video chatting, because none of y'all think he knows what I look like. And Hannah and Mariah came piling up on my bed with Mariah's boyfriend, and we all had a chat and laughed and cut up. So, do y'all really think that I care what you think?
I can't. Who are they concerned for? Are they concerned for you or him? It changes up.
Well, they're not concerned for either one, quite frankly. They're
Right.
just wanting to stick their noses into things to try to cause some kind of rift between us. They either want me to think that, he's a terrible person, he's doing this and that and the other, or
Mhm.
they want him to think, oh my God, this is not worth all the hassle because these crazy people won't leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And neither one is happening.
No, and that's how they don't understand how silly they look, because from one day to the next, the villain and the victim changes. And it's like, it's
not even
obvious.
one day to the next, Tiffany. Last night it was 1 minute to the next with Scotty. 1 minute he was scamming me, and the next minute he's getting assassinated.
Yes. Yes. I've never seen a group of people more insistent on trying to cause wedges and break up friendships that have nothing to do with them, or relationships, whatever it is. I mean, and this goes beyond YouTube, obviously, right? It goes into interpersonal relationships with people offline. It goes to families. I mean, they were dead set on causing huge rifts in Amy's family. They were talking about how Thanksgiving was going to be and Christmas were going to be horrible. She was going to be alone. I mean, this is their goal, y'all. This isn't just their game plan. They're truly trying to cause people emotional harm in real life. It's horrible. It's awful. Who does that shit? Miserable people do. Miserable, horrible people would want to take away happiness like that. Thank God, most our private lives are more solid than they assume.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. They're never going to, and I've always been private about my personal life. I never put out much information about me and Dalton. He would get on camera every once in a while, or he would say some stupid dad joke. But other than that, I never talked about our relationship. I just never have. I've never put my business out on social media about anything, and I'm not going to start now. Just because he and I panel up together, and he comes over here sometimes. So he's cutting up and acting a fool. That's what he does.
Oh, he got you good last night at the end.
Oh, yeah, he did. But I mean, it's just like he says, this is entertainment. Entertainment.
Right.
We both know the difference. Y'all don't, apparently. And not just that, but, our relationship couldn't possibly be true. And Scotty sits out there and talks about it and how terrible it is for this young boy. Bitch, the man that you've lived with for how long was younger than him? Y'all don't even know how old he is because we haven't said anything about his real age. Y'all just made assumptions when y'all thought he was the same person as Junior. And y'all don't know how old Junior is either. You make assumptions and you lie. And the only thing that we do over here is call out the things that y'all say. Because every day it gets worse and worse. And none of you are immune to it. That's what I think every one of you needs to pop a squat and think about. All of the things that you've done to so many others, did y'all really think you were going to get away with it forever and nobody was going to yank the rug out from under your asses? Scotty, I can't help that your abusive man is fucking ugly. And mine isn't. And Robbie, your comments about, oh, we don't have to talk about and brag about virtual sex because we get the real thing. Honey, you literally, you really want to go there, Robbie? You had shit-stained bed sheets. We ain't the same. I would rather finger bang any day than get on live stream and scream into a camera about the shit stains on my bed. Because I'm a fucking loser who has to meet random dudes on Grindr to get fucked. So continue to think that I can't get a date locally. I don't give a fuck. your literal dick is going to be separated from your body, what little bit of it there is, from syphilis, gonorrhea, or whatever other STD you acquire from sticking it in anything and everything that moves. And Siren, you're not far from it. And I'm going to play some of this shit because this mess, the stuff today, he was so, and every time I think that he has reached the bottom of barrel, here we go again.
There's a basement to that barrel.
Here we go again. I mean, it's just like, really? Seriously? And he has to just keep on. And it's the most disgusting of the disgusting.
Rock bottom has a trap door.
He's literally going at Laura about being too skinny. And he looks like a 9-year-old boy.
Here's my corpse.
With a very badly colored with shoe polish beard and a 1990 vagina on his head. I tell you, their landing strips went out a long time ago, and so did your hair. Trying to hang on with the little bit that's left in the middle that looks like dirty cotton candy isn't helping you at all. Continue to think you're attractive. To who? Other random men on Grindr who will stick their dick in anything? Because that's about the only person you will ever be attracted, or who will be attracted to you.
He's confused having no standards with actually being attractive to people. It's not quantity, Bob.
Granny Fanny, what I'm saying is that the top of his head looks like somebody in 1990 shaved their crotch. That's what his head looks like.
Yeah.
Whoever cut it last, they literally cut a rectangle with that little main spot he has on the top there. They cut it into a perfectly straight and even rectangle.
You can tell how far back his hairline recedes, and then he's got this strip in the middle. I mean, I don't know. I guess you wish you were a girl. But putting a cooter on your head ain't helping you have one down below.
Dirty cotton candy. That's the best. That's the best.
I guess they can fuck your ear, because at this point I don't think you'd know the difference. No, it's ridiculous. The Southern person. What Southern person? Sinister.
Oh, that was one of the personalities of the perpetrator. I'm a Southern man.
Southern.
Oh, he was doing that today?
He was, I think that's what they're referring to, is the person who he invited over for a menage a trois had all kinds of different accents they were doing. One was a Middle Eastern person, one was a Southern man. He said at one point this guy was yelling, "I'm a Southern man."
He probably eats instant grits, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
I don't
weird.
know a Southern man alive that would
eat instant grits. I know.
Me neither.
Ain't no Southern man alive that wants to get with someone who looks like they've been embalmed.
All right. And by the way, for those of you who were asking when I first got on here, no, I did not go to the casino today. Hannah, we got it this morning. Hannah had a headache, and it's rained all day, so we did not go. We're going to go next week. So the fund is still scrolling. Tip a bitch. I mean, in the words of Scotty, I have to put up with all these people like Scotty and Nikki.
You don't need a chocolate bar?
We got to get her some chocolate.
I need chocolate. I need gas money. I just need your tips and donations. But I don't work at Burger King.
She blamed the internet on getting her fired from Burger King. And the truth was she just stopped showing up to work.
Yeah.
She is such a mess, that one. She is.
A whole ass mess.
Burger King's really worried about your personal social media, right?
Okay, so let me say this in the chat. Y'all please stay on topic. I understand that the Brian Koberger thing is something I've already addressed it. I addressed it at the beginning of this. Scroll back and listen. This is not about true crime. This is about drama today, whatever. So please stay on topic. I am not going to address it until there's actually something to address. And that will be on Wednesday after the judge makes a ruling as to whether or not he is going to accept the plea deal. Right now, there's nothing to talk about. We don't know anything other than he's accepted a plea deal. We don't know what the provocation was for them to give him a plea deal. We don't know any of the background or the history. The only thing that we know is that it happened on Wednesday when the trial happens, and we know whether or not the judge accepts it, then we'll know more. And I did not go anywhere today because Hannah had a headache and it's storming. I'm going next week. All right, so I'm going to play this because, Jax, did you want to say something?
Welcome back, Jax.
Jax, we love you. We hope you're feeling better.
Jax?
Put a 1 in the chat, Jax. Jax probably fell asleep.
I was just going to say,
Probably,
perhaps
since he-
Jax fell asleep.
Since he
Especially
just
if
had
he's-
surgery.
Yeah, if
Mhm.
he's not up to par.
Hello?
There he is.
Hey.
Oh,
Well, shit.
Well, at least he said something for you, fella.
He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He must have dozed off. Not feeling well.
Lord have mercy at the people reposting my stuff.
What does he think that Amy's stepdad's going to do in retaliation to these emails that he wants people to send?
Yes, and Amy said this to me earlier. You know, what does he think is going to happen? Do you think she's 12 or 8 or 5 and her stepfather is going to whip her, put her on restriction, ground her,
Yeah. Take away her chocolate.
send her to bed without eating? I mean, what? What do you think is going to happen with you getting on here and literally calling out her stepfather? It's the stupidest thing. It's just like these people tagging my mother in their dumbass videos. Do y'all not think that my mother knows what I look like?
At one point, he said, "I doubt," and he stated her stepfather's name knows about the Amy and Granny show. Well, oh my goodness, stop the presses right there. You know, even if they were to send him every stream, what is on there that's going to be earth-shattering to anybody? This guy's perception of reality is so diluted and misconstrued. He really does not get how idiotic he looks out here.
I'll do you one better. I bet he doesn't know about any channel on YouTube and doesn't care. He probably doesn't sit and watch YouTube.
My mother doesn't even know how to get over here.
Yeah.
And what's funny to me is that all of these idiots, they follow you to every platform, tattling on you like they are your mama. Y'all keep track of me more than my mother does. And she's usually in every live that I do on TikTok. And she's in every live that Sweet Cheeks does. And guess what? She's also in every live that Junior does.
The entitlement is off the charts. Oh, hey, Jax.
Jax, hi. Welcome back.
Let us love you, Jax.
Well, I was just going to give a blanket explanation because everybody's asking, and I don't have to repeat myself 30,000 times because everybody's asking how everything went today. I've already talked to Tasha, so she knows. I had surgery this morning, like an exploratory surgery, because they weren't quite sure what they were looking for. They thought that maybe I had some stones in my bile duct that was keeping my liver and pancreas from functioning right, because my bilirubin had doubled overnight. It went up to 6.5, and all my liver enzymes are elevated. My pancreatic function was like over 7,000 again. So they went in and did the surgery this morning, and they didn't find any stones, but they did find a cyst on the outside of my bile duct. So basically, they put a stent in to keep my bile duct open to try to help with the flow of my pancreas and my liver. And then, so I'll be here at least until Wednesday. They're supposed to decide on Wednesday. They have some oncology doctors and my regular GP and the GI people. They're all going to get together on Wednesday and decide whether or not I'm going to have another surgery this week where they go in and drain the cyst and then send it off for analogy for cancer or anything like that. But and I was kind of alarmed when she told me the oncology doctor, but they do that just for precautionary reasons, just to make sure they're in on everything and they can get the test done and everything. But either way, they said if I'm not a good candidate for the actual surgery for that, they said they would just keep an eye on it, and then they would have to go back in 2 months and remove the stent out of my bile duct. So either way, I should know something by Wednesday if I'm going to have surgery again. So I'm just kind of stuck in limbo until then. They're giving me antibiotics and IV fluids and all that business, and I can't eat nothing but a clear liquid diet till then, and it's just a lot. But hopefully, whatever this is, we can get it straightened out and get it taken care of. It's just a waiting game.
That explains why you're in so much pain, Jax. That's a painful place to have any type of blockage. That's horrible.
Yeah. And that's what he was saying. That was their concern, that it kept coming and going and coming and going. And that's what they thought maybe it was a cyst. But because I kept having like these spasms down there, and I was hurting constantly, but then I kept having like these rolling spasms on top of that, where the pain elevation would go from like a 10 to like a 15, and it would only last for a second, but then it would go away again. And these pains were only coming and going. I was having chronic pancreatitis. And she said that they are not even quite sure how long that cyst had been there. It could have been there for a minute, but that would explain why I've had pancreatitis 3 times in the. I mean, I'm not naive to know because of the situation I'm in, or the homocysteine issues I have doesn't cause the pancreatitis, because it does. It's just a thing that goes with it. But for me to have it 3 times in the last 2 months, then they started thinking, well, maybe it was something else, and then that's when they found that cyst on my bile duct. So it's irritating. It's like having a cyst anywhere else. It gets full of fluid and it gets irritated. So we'll know by Wednesday if I have surgery again.
We'll be praying for you.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to go through with the surgery.
Yeah, it's just going to be up to them what they want to do. And like I said, I will still have to go back in 2 months to remove the stent out of my bile duct. Mm-hmm. So, but either way, and they said that if they do the surgery this week, then they'll take the stent out then, and once they get the cyst done. But they said it may be something they can monitor outside of patient-wise, as far as like to see if it drains itself, or but they don't know yet. They're going to decide.
How's your pain level right now?
Well, I'm just sore from the surgery because they have to dig around in there and all that business. But in the middle of all that, I've developed a dig. I don't know if I'm getting some kind of ear infection or what, but I have. Last night I started running fever, and I now got soreness in my lymph nodes in my left ear and into my ear. So but I'll at least be here till Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, they're giving you stuff for it, though, right?
Yeah, I'm on a really strong dose of antibiotics running through my IV, and
so if it's bacterial, that will take away the fever.
Yeah, yeah. My fever actually has gotten better today. It's gone down to like below a fever. It's still like 99.1, but it's
So
not
low
considered.
grade.
Yeah. So
But you're
that's
still
where
in the
I'm.
hospital.
Yeah, I won't be. I won't even go. Even if they decide not to do the surgery, I won't even go home till like Thursday.
Oh my goodness.
Um, if
I'm
Oh
sorry,
they
no.
Jax.
if they decide to do the surgery, then it's going to be longer than that.
But in hindsight, probably the best place for you. At least pain can be
Yeah, because
controlled
I have to
there,
take.
and
Yeah, I have to take these rounds of antibiotics and like tons of them because of the stent in my bile duct. They don't want it to get infected or anything. So.
Is
right.
somebody taking care of the fur babies?
Oh yeah, my roommates are. As a matter of fact, they went fishing yesterday, late night fishing yesterday, and ended up with another fur baby. They're going to, but that one they took it to a lady who's going to foster her. They went to go fishing and found a kitten, and somebody locked into a portalet.
Oh,
And roommate
Oh,
said that he didn't know how long she had been there, how long he'd been there. So he was screaming when they opened the door and went in there and got him out and took him
oh,
home and food. He said he was eating like he hadn't eaten forever.
poor
So
baby.
that's fucking
so ladies
cruel.
going to. Yeah, and he's cute as a bug, but he's a male, and my other female's not fixed. I told you we'd have kept him, but she found a lady. My roommate found a lady to foster him until they could find him
Yeah.
a home. So.
People are awful. I found a puppy in my dumpster in a shoebox in a trash bag. I was throwing my trash away. I had a condo and we had these, communal dumpsters where we would take our trash to. And I threw my trash in. I heard this faint little sound and it was just loud enough. I got curious. And when I got closer, I'm like, that sounds like a puppy or an
Yeah.
animal or
Yeah.
something. And it was, sure enough, it was they put this puppy in a shoebox wrapped around with duct tape into a trash bag. Now, he fortunately hadn't been in there very long. I think I found him probably right after they tossed him in because he would not have survived that very long in
Yeah.
that
That's
situation.
horrible.
Suffocated. Yeah.
Oh, it was I felt I cannot believe my luck and I found a really nice lady of a girl I went to high school with. Her mom fostered him and wound up adopting him and her brother is a vet and he lived in a very nice house. He wound up having the best case scenario, but I couldn't believe it. People are sick.
People are cruel, yeah. And that
Yeah,
takes
I
a
mean,
special kind of sickness to do that to any animal, any living thing.
yeah, but it's so common here, like all the time. That's how I ended up with my dog Jersey. I didn't find her, but when she was a baby, her and her brothers and sisters they had fostered all the rest of them out, but she this couple was driving one of the back roads and saw a truck pulled over on the side of the road and thought it was dumping trash. And so when they left, this couple they went to pick the trash up off the road, thought it was just bags of trash, and it was a bunch of white puppies they dumped on the side of the road.
Oh,
Um, that's how I ended up with Jersey because the lady that had her, I worked with her, and when I had to have Molly put to sleep, I really wasn't expecting to get another dog. But she brought her over for me to meet her, and it I just fell in love with her. I couldn't, let her go back home. So, but that's how I
Tasha,
ended
you
Yeah.
up
gonna
with
play
her.
those? You gonna play that?
I'm gonna play what he said. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, Tina. I
but
talked about it
anyway,
at the beginning.
yeah, but anyway, I was just giving everybody a kind of a blanket what was going on, and
Well, thanks, Jax. We're all
Yeah,
worried.
thank you for coming up.
Yeah, definitely glad you're kept us in the loop.
definitely. Anyway, I'm fixing to get down so I can rest. I'm,
All right.
Yes,
but
please.
anyway,
After you have just been under anesthesia, please go rest.
Yeah. Go
you
rest
already,
up.
Tasha, if you'd have been here, you'd have been laughing. I don't even know what I said to my mom this morning. I don't even. She she was trying to help me, and my arms were like jello, and I was talking to her. And she said, "You said the most random crap this morning." I was like, I probably did. I don't even know what I don't even know. And she said, you kept asking me because they said I could have water after, So, and I hadn't had water since the night before, and my mouth was so dry. And she said, she grabbed the bottle of water. She said, do you want some of this water? And I said, yeah, that'll be good. And she said, you just kept saying it. She said, everything I asked you, you just kept saying, yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Broken record.
Yeah, you better get some rest before you start dropping your PIN numbers and
Everything
passwords.
else.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not good. She
That's
said,
just
I said, I didn't say anything stupid, did I? She's like, no more than usual.
no more than usual.
Oh my God. That's pretty good,
I'm
actually.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Jax.
I'll be listening. Like I said, I'm just want to let everybody know what was going on, so I'm having to type it 1,000 times. But anyway,
Get to feeling
all
better,
right.
Jax.
I appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you.
We'll
Yeah.
be thinking of you.
Yep.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Bye.
All right,
You
All
take
right.
care.
Love you.
me too.
All right.
Bye.
So this is his stream. So we're going to listen.
The handles with the at symbols is kind of throwing me off.
It's actually only 34 minutes long.
But
so
anyways,
it's not
good
that
morning.
much to listen to.
Oscar's still sleeping on my
prepared.
couch, so I'm just
Oh,
waiting
well.
for him to wake up or whatever, So we could go to lunch for.
Oscar's
But
at
anyways, I heard some comical things that I wanted to address. I was laying here in bed listening to some stuff. Amy, I'd like you to stick around as well, honey, because I got something for you. I just actually emailed Dave Farnsworth, folks, if you don't know who that is. That is Amy's stepfather, who she's not in touch with. And I'm going to show you the email, so it's not a secret, because Amy likes to taunt, and she likes to... And by the way, when I have a conversation with him, I will show the full context on here.
you won't
whether it's
have
a phone
one.
call or email. And we're going to get to the bottom of everything. So
I
gather
don't understand
around.
what he thinks her stepfather.
No, you won't. Oh, that god awful.
Intro.
Oh, Sarah, you're going to love this.
Yes.
So anyways, let's clear the comical part off the table just real quick.
Comical.
Yeah.
Nikki,
I'm sure it'll be clear.
I was talking to darling Nikki last night, and
That's unfortunate.
so I don't know if you guys watched my last
really
live stream,
conversation.
Mm-hmm.
but I was playing a song that I like
you,
that my friend Ricky made.
Discussing blowjob techniques.
And Nikki says, were you like playing Amy's friend's music? And I was like, what? First of all, this is not a flex, Amy.
You really can't flex.
I was like, what? She said Amy was on Granny Fanny's panel saying you were playing her friend Ricky Rebel's music. I said, what? What? Yeah, she said she introduced you to this Ricky Rebel guy, and you were trying to play. I'm like, hold on a minute. Amy doesn't know Ricky Rebel. Amy
were trying to hook up with him?
Fangirl of Ricky Rebel. Amy, do you have his phone number?
What set him
Because I
off?
texted him yesterday to make sure. Okay, I played a song. Do you know him?
Robbie's like,
No, you don't
that's
fucking
my
know him.
man.
And when I get him on my panel, I will embarrass the fuck out of you.
Mm.
She's a fangirl.
And that's my man.
Like, wait, what? What? You talked to Ricky Rebel? I was like, what? Yeah, he's a nice guy. Oh my God, I've been following him for years. Sit the fuck down, Amy.
How dare
Stick
her be
around,
aware
Amy.
of him?
Because I'll get to you in a minute, girl. I'm done with your bullshit. Oh, yeah, Kathy. I mean, Amy is just, she makes up lies.
Yeah, it just
and
wears you out, doesn't it?
It's Nikki's choice to keep her conversation private with Dave Farnsworth, but I'm not going to. I told him, and I'll read the email to you. I refuse to have his estranged stepdaughter online making fun of a gay man being raped. That would be me. And using his name. And I'll show you the email. I said, if you do not address this, and if you could either tell me you support what she's doing or you do not.
Or what?
But
You're
either
going
way,
to not vote for him?
if you say you support that, and this is your close stepdaughter and all that, and you support everything she does, I'm going to the media.
The media doesn't
So
want
I'm
to hear
waiting
from
for an
you.
email back from him. Literally just emailed him before I got on here, and I'm going to show you the email. I'm actually going to give you guys his contact information as well, because Amy has been harassing me for, is it 9 months now? Amy
No.
has been inserting herself into my legal issues that have nothing to do with her. My rape, talking about my sexuality and all this stuff. So, folks, Amy often uses the name of this man as somebody that she represents. This is a political figure. He is a senator in Arizona. His name is David Farnsworth. Now, Amy claims to be very close to this man. Amy claims that he supports her. She supports him. They're very close. Well, I don't think the media will be very happy to know if he supports not only Amy trashing Nikki's rape, now mine, inciting violence on gay men who've been raped, and harassment. So, David, I look forward to you responding to me. And it's either you support Amy or you don't. And
guess who
whatever
supports
that choice
him?
is, I'm going to make it public. If you support her, I will make that public, Dave.
Trump
If you do
supports
not,
him. So good
I
luck
will
with
make
all
sure
that.
people know you do not support her behavior, and I will not hold back from people. I will not, be like, oh, I'm going to keep this part of the conversation out. That's Nikki's choice to do that.
Yes,
I will not. Dave, you either support her behavior or you don't.
Who does this little
It's one of the
drug addict-
two, and the public.
Okay, so I want to show y'all what he's doing. So
Yeah.
he lost ever loving shit, mainly because it dribbles out of his ass, because his parents came on my platform. Okay, I'm sending it to her. Because his parents came on my platform and spoke their piece. Now, this little sawed off sack of shit look at what he's doing. Look at this. Not only did he say the man's name, he has his picture and every piece of information on how to contact him.
And did I understand him that he was set off by the fact that Amy said she introduced him to a band?
Yep.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
That's what set this off? Oh,
Yep.
Robbie, I don't know how this man is going to have so many struggles in life if he's this reactive. Dude, you need to
He
take it
already
down.
has.
Yeah.
Yes. He just attempted to blackmail a senator of the United States. Yes, he did. In his absolute stupidity, he has legitimately went live on a public platform and attempted to extort a response out of a United States senator.
Where's your
This
friends?
dude is a fucking idiot. And he also has court on Wednesday for criminal charges.
And he's on bail.
And
That
he's out
involve
here senators.
aggressive shit. I mean, his fucking charges aren't, shoplifting.
Dude, where are your friends, Bob? Where's your friends? Because if one of my friends was making all of these bad choices, you bet your ass I would be pulling them aside and saying, these are all bad ideas to be doing just right now and in general.
He doesn't have any friends. He has no
He has
friends.
none. Nope.
None of these people are friends. They don't care what happens to him. Hell, if he goes away, they'll have more people watching them. Then they ain't got to worry about splitting his, the audience of 3.
He's announcing this to this man who doesn't have a clue who he is. Like he's some form of a dictator. He thinks he's Vladimir Putin up there saying, well, Dave, if you don't get back to me on this, then I'm going to have to go to the... But Robbie, who do you think you are? Nobody owes you any response to your little puny demands. You just woke up today and decided you're going to demand things from strangers who you don't know in a form of a veiled threat and blackmail. You idiot.
You need to be at least a member of the fake press to really even make those types of spurious demands anyway. Who the fuck are you?
He would have to prove all these things. Robbie, you're setting yourself up not just to catch another case, but to, if you, we're worth anything. I don't think you have to worry about defamation because you're literally you have no equity, right, as a human. But dude, you need to seriously slow your roll, buddy. This is insanity at this point.
And I don't know. Oh, look at what J Champ just said. Extortion of a U.S. senator can be punishment of up to 20 years in prison. You think your ass was reamed from whatever happened to you from your little menage a trois? I'm telling you.
Deserves to know. Now, if you would like to reach out to Dave, this is his contact information.
At this shit, y'all.
His office phone number is 602-926-3387. His email is d.farnsworth@azleg.gov. And I don't normally ask people to do shit to help me, support me. Like, yeah, I've done fundraisers. If you guys care about this cause and you actually have witnessed what Amy's done to rape victims online. Oh, there's Molly Golightly.
Oh my God. If I hear rape victim one more time.
New channel, folks, we will be catching up and having fun, and we will be having a Natasha Cooper roast.
Whoa,
just so you
I'm
know.
so scared.
Ooh.
But I encourage you guys to please reach out to him and let him know, because I don't think just one person is enough. I'm proud of Nikki for what she did, but I think the more that the masses come in and let this man know that his stepdaughter, who he doesn't even fucking know, is using his name,
the twos of people
online, and then bashing rape victims. She's bashing homosexuals. She's being a complete trash bag online. Please, I am begging you folks to please reach out to him. If you do anything for me this year or ever, please do that.
He's inciting mass groups of hate. This is now elevating it and just adding another level of criminality. Right. What a moron.
So let's get into the email that I sent him.
Moron does not even begin.
Well, and also, nobody's going to fight your battle.
Exactly. But listen to this email. He ain't wrote this shit. This is another Chat GPT special. Listen to the words. Seriously.
Yeah.
Listen to the words that are used in this email. I sat over here and laughed my ever-loving ass off when I got the screenshot of this.
I love Crafton doing the dishes.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I keep forgetting to mute.
Hold on, my phone. Okay, so I said, I'm going to have to really use my eyes here because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, because he doesn't know
I said this is an urgent matter concerning online harassment, because it is. And Amy, you're done. You're not going to represent a Republican senator who's a good man. Not on my watch, bitch. I said, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing you to bring your attention to a deeply troubling matter involving your daughter, his stepdaughter.
How are you doing today?
Yo, shut up!
None of my watch.
Yeah.
I hope your hair is holding up.
Wait, no, y'all got to listen to these damn words. Okay. The second paragraph is when he starts.
All right, I'm muting.
He doesn't talk to. Her name is Amy Secor. She's also known as known as Amy Lavelle, or Amy Carnes is her original married name. And I spelled Secor wrong. It's Secor. I said, who has engaged in a sustained campaign of online harassment directed at me. Mrs. Secor had a series of egregiously inappropriate and offensive remarks about my son.
Number one, he doesn't even know how to pronounce egregiously. He said egregious. What is egregious? Is that like are you irrigating something? What the hell?
Are we misunderestimating him here? You know,
egregiously. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, like he really wrote this. He doesn't. Okay, just wait.
Sexual orientation, as well as publicly mocking. Jesus Christ, my eyes are terrible.
Mocking Jesus.
Be him on the daily.
Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
And trivialized my experience as a survivor of sexual assault. Most disturbingly, she has referenced an incident involving a personal medical trauma, which it is, with a tone of Jesus Christ.
It's not the tone of Jesus Christ.
Derision and cruelty, which is both dehumanizing and appalling. She frequently invokes your name. Now I'm going to stop there.
Invokes.
Amy
invokes.
Invokes it.
What is he, a demon that's possessed somebody's body? She's invoking
Who wrote
him?
this? Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this?
See,
I don't even
satanic senator ritual.
I don't want to put this on Chat GPT. They're not even this stupid.
No, I think Scotty wrote it.
if he wrote this, he wouldn't have trouble with his eyes. He would know what he wrote.
Yeah.
One of these morons wrote this. Maybe Siren. I don't know. Somebody who thought that the use of big words would help their case to make them look more intelligent, but all this did was make them look like the absolute imbeciles that they are, because they don't even use the words correctly, and the imbecile who's supposed to have written it can't even pronounce them.
Is having swamp ass medical trauma? Is that? I mean, is that
who wrote it?
Oh God, Locomai.
Exactly, Pocket saying, "Is this moron really this stupid?" I have clips of him wishing SA on my children and my grandchild.
Yeah.
Tiffany, Scotty said, "The more I hang out with Tiffany and Amy, the more of a fool I am." Well, just call me the jester.
Well, we're fools.
Oh.
Do I need my jester hat? Because I'll tell you something there, skanky. I would much rather, on any day, hang out with Tiffany and Amy than your nasty, skeevy, skanky ass. At least they're not on here begging for chocolate bar money and gas money. Make sure to go beg your audience, your fans, your supporters for something different today, because you have to put up with all of us.
The core uses David Farnsworth's name anytime she wants to get clout, anytime she wants to sound more like a reasonable person. Now, mind you, folks, David has already confirmed he does not speak to her. And that is why, as soon as I get his email back, or he calls me, I'm going to confirm, David, do you support this? Do you speak to this woman? Do you support her behavior? And I will make all of that information public to you all. All of it. I ain't going to hide shit from you guys. Okay? This is
you won't be
a
able
public
to.
matter. He's a public figure. And this evil, conniving woman is no longer going to use him as a weapon, and I'm going to make sure of that.
Oh my God, this idiot.
If she does, and he supports what she's doing, that's when I'm going to go to the media about it.
Oh, the
And
media,
I'm not going to stay silent.
the local
Here's the thing
Denver public
here's the
access.
thing that he fails to realize. He's saying that Amy has made fun of his possible
Mm-hmm.
essay, but he never reported it. So there is absolutely zero proof or evidence that he ever was involved in any type of essay. So
Right, it's hearsay.
Robbie, what exactly is it that Amy is mocking or making fun of? Because according to the law, it never happened because you didn't report it.
Can
And
I
why don't
ask
you?
something about that? Truthfully, am I? Because I asked somebody else and they heard this as well, but I don't know if I'm a minority here. Didn't he eventually say that it wasn't an actual rape? It was just a bad hookup.
Yes,
Yes.
somebody said that.
Okay, thank you. I thought I was like, am I tripping? Because I could not find the live that he said that on.
It's probably deleted.
Yeah, yeah. That he'd want that
That's what I
gone.
started to think. I'm like, he probably deleted it, realized he said what he said, and was like, oh no.
Or it's over on Darling Nickelback, hidden behind
Possibly,
a
yeah.
members wall.
He just
Yeah.
literally tried
So I
to
said she
accuse.
frequently.
Oh, he's trying to accuse this man, the 70-some-odd-year-old man, of supporting people attacking something that possibly and most likely isn't even true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, here's the thing, Robbie Urto. Let's suppose that this dude were to take you seriously. He would need validation and verification from this person that allegedly SA'd you. Therefore, that person would then have the ability to claim defamation against you when they are alerted that you've been running around telling people that you've been essayed, yet you never filed any charges. You're going to have to explain that, and you're probably going to have to explain that to the authorities. That's
Yeah,
a
he
hell of
never
an
went and had a
accusation.
rape kit done. He had nothing done.
Nothing.
But you're just spewing it out there like it's a reality, and God save whoever the person is if that's not what happened.
He invokes your name and political standing as her father, which, by the way, he's already confirmed he is not her father. He barely knows the bitch. While engaging in this behavior and has actively encouraged. All right, let me go to the next one. Let's see. Actively encouraged others to support your candidacy. As such, her conduct not only reflects upon her personally, but by direct association, also implicates your public image and values. I'm reaching out to you to directly in the hope that this issue can be resolved appropriately and with discretion. I would like a clear and public
Oh my
statement.
lord.
I think that's secretion.
Not
What
discretion.
the fuck is discretion?
Discretion.
Yeah, that's like when you
That right
secrete
there tells you
something.
he didn't write it.
Yeah,
Discretion.
this is when you want to be
discretion,
discreet, but you can't seem to figure it out. Robbie.
and you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't stop oozing it, so it's discretion. Ugh.
Well, maybe he was referring to the shit out of his ass because that's
There
what
you
he
go.
claimed.
Or out of his mouth. One.
Yeah.
Statement from you affirming that you do not condone or support this type of behavior, especially given its hateful nature and the damage it causes not only to me, but to the broader LGBTQ plus community and survivors of trauma. If this matter is not acknowledged and addressed in a timely and responsible manner, I will have no choice but to take it to the media, who I believe will have significant interest and understanding where you, as a public figure, stand in relation to your stepdaughter's deeply offensive actions.
So guess who? You know
I
what?
trust you will treat
Guess
this
who this?
situation
Guess
with
who's
the
going to take
seriousness
interest in
and
this?
urgency it deserves.
Nobody.
The Secret Service
Because
is going
it
to
does.
take
I'm
interest
done.
in it
Guys,
because
I'm
now
fucking done
I know who he
with
looks
this
like. He
woman
looks
sitting
like
there.
what's his name in that fucking movie where he's like, "You talking to me? You must be talking to me." The Robert De Niro with the little fucking mohawk. This almost sounds like you're going to do something if this senator does not respond to you. The tone of it is so threatening. You're potentially going to be talking to some federal people that will have every egregious act that you've ever committed since you were 2.
Well, he really gives the media too little credit. Like they're just going to take his story just at face value and not try and vet anything he's saying before they just run with it. They're just going to run with it, right? And that guy, that's it. It's donezo for him because the media doesn't vet their sources. Robbie, you are a whole ass moron, dude. Holy
Hold on. Mel said, "Oh wait, that sentence was used in Nikki's email to the poor building manager that had to deal with her verbatim."
Yeah, that's why this smacks
That sounds about right.
of her
She's an
stupid
idiot.
ass.
They all think they're so intelligent, and they're literally as dumb as a box of hair.
She's been there before. It should have says
Fucking making threats, being the conniving, crazy ass bitch that sits in her fucking trailer on a daily fucking basis. Oh yeah, Scotty. Yes. Any clips? Well, I have plenty of her clips. Any clips? Anything? Amy threatening violence. Amy threatening people's real lives. Amy making fun of rape. Amy making fun of fucking the gay community. Amy making fun of anything. Send it to me, or send it directly to David Farnsworth himself. Amy represents him on this platform.
No, she doesn't.
Amy represents him. Let him know
No.
that. Call him.
Just like
Him.
Roger Clinton
Email
represented Bill Clinton. Yeah,
Let him
no.
know. Amy's using his name. Amy is using his political stance and to support her hateful, disgusting attacks. And it will no longer be accepted, Amy. Do you understand me, Amy? You will no longer get away with the behavior that you fucking do to me
Y'all.
and many others on this platform in the name of this man right here. Not going to happen. And everything you do going forward will be forwarded to this man. Anything you say about me going forward, any threats you do, Amy, anything. And if it doesn't go to him, and if he ignores it, it's going to the media in his name. Do you understand me, Amy Secor?
He's so punchable.
You should have stuck
Sorry,
to
but
your diet, Ozempic, and taken care of your fucking self. And you wouldn't be in the predicament you are.
Call your parents and you wouldn't be in the one
I'm
you
fed
are.
up. You will no longer talk about my rape, Amy. Laugh about it. Talk about me and defame me and say I'm on drugs. You will no longer go into my real life. You will no longer fucking, oh, I contacted the DA. You will no longer speak my name, Amy. No longer. Everything you do, I will put this man's contact information up on my channel permanently. Every single thing that you see Amy do, forward to this public official. I'm begging you guys to do that. 'Cause I'm done. No more. No more. Hey, witness.
Wow,
Yeah,
save
no, Amy
Robbie.
doesn't fucking have diabetes. She has an addiction to Mountain Dew. Jesus fucking Christ. She turned in what Sally Ann set up Trump a few days ago. Amy, listen up, bitch. You have done so many criminal things on here, and fuck reporting to YouTube. I'm going to David Farnsworth, bitch. Every single fucking thing you do from here on out. And folks, please
Threatening ship.
know that David
started
is
to
not
talk-
aware of Granny Fanny's channel. He's not aware of the Amy and Granny show. He's not aware of any of that. So please
How do you know?
forward him links. Come in the masses, folks.
I cannot.
If you support me at all, I'm
The
asking you
masses.
to do this. I'm begging you. Any clips, any links, anything with Amy and her vile behavior, send it to this man and do not be silent. Do not be silent. This woman is a criminal.
It's not
This
illegal
woman
to be an
is
asshole sometimes.
disgusting, and she thinks, oh, it's the Amy and Granny. Oh, nope, bitch. It's the David Farnsworth show, bitch. And you're a side character. And you're about to get fired from the show. And I'm eager to see either David, you support what she's doing on here, or you don't. But I'm going to need an answer, buddy. No, it's not. You're right, Blue Painting. Amy makes it sound like it's this big deal. No, it's not a big deal, but I'll tell you what it is. He's still a public official. If you look up a lot of the things that David Farnsworth has, he's been an activist for. He has done a lot of good things. He's also done a lot of good things for rape victims, folks.
Oh my god.
So where do you stand with me being raped, David? And your stepdaughter not only fucking harassing me for it and harassing darling Nikki for it, but publicly making disgusting fucking comments every time she comes on the internet, which is all day, every day. So, folks, again, send links to live streams, send clips, send screenshots, everything you have of the vile behavior that Amy Secor has done on this platform, send it to him right now. Send it to him now. And I'm not going to stop, Amy. When you talk about me being penetrated in my ass unwillingly, and you make jokes about it, Amy, and you do all of that, every single thing has gone to him and will. And I will encourage people on a daily fucking basis to not stop contacting the senator's office because you represent him online. So how close are you, Amy? Are you guys close? Because we're about to find out. I already know, but every piece of information I get, it's going on here. And I already know his response. He's going to say, I don't talk to her. I don't know her. But see, I'm not Nikki. I'm going to show that, Amy. You're not going to do this in your stepfather's name anymore. And you're not going to do this to me anymore, Amy. And I sent you a cease and desist quite a while ago, Amy. And what have you continued to do? That is grounds for me to get a fucking restraining order on you as well. And
No, it
I
isn't.
continue my campaign against your ass
It's not
publicly
grounds.
online until you stop fucking harassing people, and you will. Do you understand, Amy?
He's literally sounding
Raising money
identical
and
to
has shown
Nikki
no
now.
proof of a lawyer.
This
Yeah,
little sawed
Natasha's
off sack
another
of shit.
fucking scammer. But listen,
He really thinks he's gonna
Natasha
do-
Cooper. All right, she
He
was talking about
does.
Scotty
He
last night,
does. He has got to be the most egotistical,
and
inflated
she was
moron.
showing Scotty's like I don't know if it's her ex-boyfriend or new boyfriend, whatever. And she,
Wait,
you
you hear
guys,
this?
listen. She literally said, "Are you guys jealous that I have virtual sex every night?"
As if I was being serious. They take everything seriously.
Yeah, you were so
Virtual
serious.
She didn't say virtual sex
Yeah.
either. She said virtual dick, you dumbass.
As he sits there and laughs while shit runs out of
Girl,
his
that's the
asshole.
only sex
Yeah.
you're ever get.
You need to watch your discretions.
Ain't nobody gonna reach out and touch that shit. Ain't nobody gonna reach out and smell that shit.
You should
And
know
she
all about
literally had the
smells.
nerve to be like, "This is why Scotty's jealous of me." Natasha, honey, you have virtual sex because you can't find a lover that will actually touch you physically
Mm-hmm.
in person.
My God.
Really? Got proof of that?
Now, I don't have to say this out loud because you already know that this is a fact, Natasha. You are not irresistible or attractive in any way, shape, or form to anyone, especially Dalton.
You are gay.
get the
You
fuck-
don't think women are attractive at
Smell,
all.
all the look, whatever it is. You fucking turned him off. He left. So when you
No, she
resort to
booted him.
virtual sex and relationships, that means that you've gone the furthest desperate direction you can possibly fucking go. And
As I sit here eating my
I'm
French
going to
fries.
tell you this
Right.
too, because it's a fact. You will never meet Neville,
You don't even know
sweet
what his
cheek,
name
in
is.
person. Not one time.
Nabel.
It's
Did you say
never
with
going
a
to happen.
V?
He did.
So enjoy your
Yeah.
virtual
Words are hard for
The
him
grooming
right
Neville
now.
brothers?
online,
Yeah.
because that's all the closest you're ever going to get.
You know, you're really turning us
touched.
around here. I'm glad you had this
But
talk
you
with
know
us.
that.
Yeah. I'm rethought my entire life.
So I'm sorry. Are people jealous of Scotty, who can actually get a man in person, reach out and touch him, and vice versa?
At a
Reaches
beer
out, touches
joint?
her,
Or some
walks her
overweight
upside
woman
the head.
online
Yeah.
grooming a fucking scammer who probably already has a boyfriend over there in Pakistan?
Old dudes at the beer
Scamming
joint
her
will
right
fuck
back.
a pie. I mean, whatever.
You're never gonna fucking touch her. So you can enjoy all the nudes or videos you want, bitch. But you ain't being touched in person,
I'm not you.
and you never
Uh-uh.
will.
My life doesn't revolve around sex.
And you know I'm right, Natasha. That's why you get so mad.
Am I mad?
Yeah.
Can you go on a date? And can you find a date in your
He
area,
doesn't get that
Natasha?
because all he
Oh
has
no,
to
you're
offer
self-conscious.
is him being a receptacle.
Yeah, we know.
He doesn't get
know.
anything normal.
We already know that.
I'm
You're not
literally.
capable
Mm-hmm.
of having in-person human interaction,
I'm literally.
whether it's friendships
Here's a-
or relationship.
Here's a
Does he
concept
You
for
can
you.
stick your finger as far up your fucking vagina hole as you want to a Pakistan man, but bitch, you still ain't getting touched. She's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Are you
meth.
jealous I'm having virtual
Doing
sex?"
the meth
No, bitch,
tackle.
we ain't jealous of you finger banging yourself because he ain't doing shit to you. That's all you, girl. That's all you.
Hey, Robbie, did you not get the memo that Natasha has children?
All right. Yeah, we're
Haven't-
jealous you're
how'd
putting
that
all the
happen?
work banging yourself while you're staring at some
Yes,
young
I
man
imagine.
online. Real fucking jealous of that.
So I guess
And
Natasha
tried to
had in
buy
vitro
sex dolls 'cause
fertilization
I was having so
for all
much
her
sex.
children.
I'm like, okay, I need to slow down. I need to slow down. I need to find something like fake so I don't catch an STD or something.
Oh, trust me, you already have an STD, buddy.
That was a great flex.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
No, listen, the day that I'm jealous of a 500-pound woman who can't find a fucking man to
Is the day
touch her
you
in
turn
real life and finds
heterosexual,
validation online,
dumbass.
that is the day I throw in the towel and say, okay, Robbie,
No reason.
get your shit together, bro.
Literally.
Nobody's fucking jealous of you, Natasha. And nobody's jealous of your numbers and your bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Bitch, you should
Yeah.
focus on the numbers on your fucking bathroom scale.
Tell us you
Do
don't
you even
watch
own
everything
one?
Natasha
Are you
says
brave
without
enough
telling
to
us.
stare that scale right in the digital fucking eyes?
There's no such thing.
Huh?
I said there's no such thing.
almost choked.
You can't. Sure as hell can throw on a fucking thinning filter, though, can't you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thin filter? Did he just say
I know.
thin?
Oh, and Laura, hold on. I got
I
one.
guess.
Not perplexed cutie Laura, but Laura, do you remember when you called me a couple years ago, honey? Now, Laura, the one that is on heroin, clearly, that was on camera on Natasha's panel yesterday. And she was like diagnosing me, saying that I'm a drug addict, I'm an alcoholic, and all these things. Well, Laura, you work in the field of that. And I'm going to be contacting your employer, by the way, just so you know. Oh, and you
Oh, but that's
seem
not
to
a flex.
forget that when you called me, Laura, I have your full fucking name and you're in Boston. So I got you, girl. Don't fucking talk about me. Don't diagnose me when you're supposed to be in the field of fucking helping people through that. So, bitch, that whole clip that you said about me is going directly to your employer, bitch.
Well, you shouldn't
yeah, we go
admit
in
to that
real life.
shit then.
We go in real life for justice, bitches. What
Yeah,
you
this
gonna do
is
about
channel
it?
losing shit right here.
You ain't gonna do shit. Maybe you should correct your online behavior. Isn't that what you say to me? When you reach
You're
out
breaking
to
up,
fucking
Laura.
stick your nose in my business that has nothing to do with you? Well, guess what, Laura? Your job has everything to do with me because I'm an ex-addict that you're shaming online. Bitch.
You just admitted it again,
Coming for your
dumbass.
honey.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
ain't
Laura.
fucking around
Yeah,
with these
that
online
sucks.
trolls anymore. Ain't gonna fucking happen.
And guess what? Her work knows there's no such thing as an
Saying Sweet Cheeks is going to school
ex-addict.
to be a doctor. What's he going to be, a fucking gynecologist? Is she his fucking case study? The worst fucking scenario of folded flaps of a vagina you could possibly fucking find? Because that's the only fucking benefit I could fucking see from that relationship. Is
Gay. You are gay.
Did he just ask if Sweet Cheeks was going to be a gynecologist?
He did.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I'm saying this, I don't mean this as a slur. I'm not talking about, because I fully support and am a part of the LGBTQ plus community. I am saying, literally, scientifically, this is a homosexual man who does not like women. That is his lifestyle choice. These opinions mean nothing, literally nothing whatsoever. We already know that you're disgusted by women.
Janessa, I don't get it. My channels get taken down, but this scum sucking shitbag keeps his.
I don't get. It is so frustrating. But
Well,
it'll
those days are coming
it'll
to an
catch
end
up to
too.
him. It'll catch up to him though. His dumb luck will run out.
Well, what I can say is what happened today is that Denver police have been contacted. My police have been contacted. My mom and stepdad came to my house today. The police came to my house. We have filed charges on him. I'm not going into detail on what charges. They're done. Charges have been filed. And
Thank
when the
God.
police went to Robbie's house today, he would not answer the door. He hid.
Of course.
Tucked and fucking hid. Like a little piece of shit baby that he is.
He's a sissy.
He's in a lot of shit right now. And I have played clips for the police. I played them the clip and sent it the clip. We downloaded the live in case he tries to delete it, and that was sent to I sent that to the cop that was here. And then also the ones where he plays, I'm an actor, I can do whatever I want, say whatever I want, get away with whatever I want. Sent that to them too. And Robbie, Andrew Daly has also been contacted. The DA in your case on Wednesday, he's been contacted too, and has everything that you've been doing online, because you're not supposed to be committing the same exact crimes that you're being charged for. You're busted, dude. I'm done with you.
Amen.
So am I. I have his contact information as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, threatening SA against my child, my children, and my grandchild. Yeah. Not a real good
And then trying to backpedal on that one too.
Too late.
I mean, he must be in the "it's better to burn out than fade away" mode. I mean, this is just literally self-sabotage at its most exemplary.
No, he would say exemplary.
See here,
It's a
Robbie. My stepdad's not taking any calls from anybody. He's not accepting any emails from anybody, Robbie. So keep trying. Keep trying. It's not going to work. Look what you guys already did to the original call that you guys already called him with. You guys you went in and changed it all up and changed it around. There's proof of it. This guy's a fucking trash bag.
Trash bag doesn't even begin. He's the whole damn house.
Yeah.
I'm being
Don't
honest.
insult trash bags. They help us keep our houses clean. We support trash bags, real ones.
He's the whole
You know,
dump.
Uh-huh.
Laura, he's done this to several of my to my really close friend Mel Mel too, with about her, you know, and then he's done it. He's gone real life on quite a few people, and I don't want to say too much publicly, but if he were to contact your job,
Tiffany, she's
and
good. She's good.
okay.
She's good.
I start getting in panic. You know, I have bad anxiety, and I start hearing that
I
shit.
know.
And yeah.
I know, but
Okay.
she's good. She's good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing to her. And that's what I guess he's an idiot. He thinks that he's the only one who can get on here and do anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
He's the only one that can make phone calls.
apparently, or
He's
send
the only
emails.
one that can contact people. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Legitimately, you have made threats against every single one of us. And as citizens of the United States, we have the right to contact anybody who's prosecuting you. B plus, Natasha, I meant to say, one of the girls I just hired saw your live, pulled up on my phone, and she was like, "Oh my God, I know her from TikTok." Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny.
Did any of you see when he went on his absolute downward spiral on Michael's family on his Facebook for those few days?
Mm-hmm.
I find it hilarious that he says, you know, I don't care about your numbers. I don't get, you know, but that whole time when he was having tantrums on Facebook, the first thing he started almost every post out with was, "This is why you don't mess with somebody with a large social media following."
I saw it.
He
Where?
said that. Yeah, many times. Many times. Yeah, so this means a whole lot more to you, Robbie, than you let on, because you like to flex that, even though you don't.
I got one better for you. I got text messages that Michael sent me. Sorry, I'm chewing. Where he legit admits that YouTube is the most important thing in his life.
Oh no! Oh no!
Swear.
Oh my goodness.
He tells Michael that YouTube is. Hold on, I'll read it to you verbatim. Just a minute.
Oh dear.
Let me get it.
Dear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
It's a little crackly, but you're clear.
Okay. I was just gonna say I'm gonna jump down because I think I have a crappy connection now, but I will end with this. I do work in the field. I have a passion for it. I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. I wouldn't do it if it didn't drive me, right? I don't wish, no matter how much of a shitbag anybody is, I don't wish anybody to fall down that hole. Nobody. I don't care if it's a bum on the street. I don't care if it's Robbie. I don't have to like them to wish them well. I will always wish the best for anybody that falls down that hole because I know what it's like. And I know it's hard to get out of. I'm not accusing him right now of being on something. I wasn't doing that yesterday. I was speaking of my experience in the time that I spoke with him on the phone, trying to, just educate him on trying to get off alcohol. It's dangerous and you should go inpatient for it because you can die. That's all. I mean, to go at me about my weight and this and that, I mean, yeah, I was a little bit pissed off at listening to it. But then, like I said, I kind of just started chuckling. Like, if my doctor's not worried, I'm not worried. Stress
Good point.
does weird things to your body. But,
On that one.
Robbie, if you hear this, I never wish ill on anybody that has any issue like that. And that is exactly why I'm in the field. So you can go ahead and call whatever employer you want to call. You can call my last 15 if you'd like. I'll even supply you with their names and numbers, for crying out loud. That's, and each one of them will tell you that I worked there and I did my job and I did it well because I respected the humans, that whether they were a bum walking in off the street from under a bridge, living in a tent with nothing but the clothes on their back, or they were coming with, self-pay thousands of dollars and Jordan sneakers and clothing. I will never ever ever shit on another addict or alcoholic. So you can take whatever fallacy or whatever creation you want to make up in your mind about what I said and how I feel, and shove it up your ass, because it's not the truth. And it will never be the truth. Ever. I have friggin' tears in my eyes right now because that's how much I really do have a passion for this.
We know you do.
Okay, so this is the message from Robbie to Michael. And it says, yeah, it's Laura. She's got a really bad feedback.
All right,
It says,
I'm jumping down.
Okay, thank you for coming up.
Take care, Laura.
We love you, Laura.
All
Go Red
right,
Sox.
talk to you in a bit.
Okay, so this is Robbie's message to Michael. And hold on, I got it. Let me go back because I got the wrong one. Shit. This is not the one I wanted. Okay, this is it. All right, so right here. It says, this is from Robbie to Michael. And let me make it bigger so y'all can see it. Robbie sent this to him and said, I wanted to say sorry for causing your life hell. And God is guiding me in the right direction with karma. I threw away all of my paraphernalia and drugs officially today.
Mm.
Officially today. And that was May 4th. Now, Michael said, I have a lot I could say, but it doesn't matter because in a couple of days, you're going to be mean again and lash out at me and block me. I'm done with the mind games and manipulation. I'm filing this week and will have you served. Robbie said, okay. Michael said, I have never had such low self-esteem and confidence. It's crazy. I'm never letting anyone do to me what you did. I'm not the same person, and now I'm just jaded. All I wanted was love, but drama, drugs, and YouTube is way more important to you than anyone else in this world. And this is Robbie's response. I understand where you're coming from. You neglect to recognize what you did to me, but I don't expect a narcissist to recognize their behavior. If you wanted love, you should have been loyal and not cheated multiple times. Now, this next response, y'all. Block this True Blue. Oh, shit, I'll do it myself. All right. And then he said, you should have been loyal, yeah. And when an addict is cheated on, they tend to relapse. In the long run, YouTube is more important because I have many people on there who have never betrayed me the way you have. Neither of us are innocent, but you jaded the relationship the moment you decided to be unfaithful. And YouTube has helped me get my life back after everything was stolen from me. Y'all. Tell us
Look at how
again.
Michael responded. All he said was LOL.
Yeah, and then he comes back with this big ass response. Oh, great to see that you laugh about my rape. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of hearing that shit.
I am too.
Nobody cares. Legitimately.
Well, I'm sure people would care if he didn't try to use it as his get out of his own, accountability card all the time. I've never heard people who've been through something like that weaponize it like him and Nikki do. It's insanity.
Pocket saying not necessarily YouTube, but the drama is definitely an addiction. Bless you.
Tim learning something about nasty yeast. Nasty, humid, Florida yeast. And I'm sorry if you live in a humid climate and you're an overweight person, but that's fucking disgusting in my opinion. Disgusting.
How many people that watch him you reckon are overweight?
Oh, I could only imagine the humidity in those flaps. So. Oh, I know. I know, not your mama. Oh, thank you, Irma. So anyways, in closing, because Oscar's probably going to wake up here in a minute. Again, folks, anything. And actually, you know what? Because Amy supports Natasha Cooper. She supports Granny Fanny. She supports Tiffany Moser. She supports all these people who are attacking rape. So any of these clips that you see, whether it be Natasha, Granny Fanny, Amy, send it to this senator, which is Amy's stepfather by marriage, but she represents him online, folks. This is who she says she represents, and they're close. And so he supports everything she does. So make sure you reach out to him and show him exactly what he's supporting by supporting her, and ask him, do you support what she's doing? Do you even talk to her? And let's get down to the bottom of this, y'all. Let's get down to the truth. Any questions, anyone? Laura's one of the most annoying things over there. Well, Laura's clearly severely addicted to heroin, which is sad. I mean, that bitch turned on her camera and I'm like, oh, Jesus, Lord. Girl, turn it back off. People are going to come for you, Laura. Like, that was a dumb move. You just showed what a fucking addict you are by turning on your fucking camera. You're a corpse.
Wow.
But I'm still coming for your job, Laura, because you ain't going to fucking talk about what you think I am or diagnose me and think what you say whatever the fuck you think about my addictions. I got your number, Laura.
I sent out notices.
And your job will be contacted. Any questions?
Oh,
Again, keeping David Farnsworth's number and contact information up there, folks. If you support me, if you care about me, I'm asking you to do this. This is not money. This is not a donation. Please contact this man. Let him know what Amy Secor, his estranged stepdaughter, is doing online in his name.
In his name?
Attacking rape victims. Making jokes out of it. Making jokes out of addiction. This man, he's not a bad man. He has done wonderful things for addicts, for rape victims, and all sorts of wonderful things in his career. So let's make sure we got our voices out there loud and clear what she's doing in his name. And do not stop until he addresses it. Thank you for listening to me. That's my rant. Yeah, you guys pissed me off, but guess what? I'm fed up with your asses. I'm not going to come online and fucking cuss you out and do the shit I normally do. No, I'm going to do it the way that justice
is that not
is
what
served.
he just did?
That's what you just spent the last,
Have a beautiful day.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bob Jung-on, you tyrant.
No chance. So, I mean, seriously, is it me? Or is that not what he just did?
That's exactly what he just did.
Yeah. He doesn't know what the fuck the difference is.
So can we do that to all his supporters? Can we make a big public spectacle and say, hey, you name them individually and demand them to co-sign his behavior? Because I mean, I can't say what I want to say. He doesn't make me mad, but he's so stupid that makes me mad. His stupidity irritates the hell out of me. You're the stupidest little man I've ever come across, little Bob, with your little fuzz patch on your head, your little cut-off shirts and your knee socks. You look like you dress like how I dressed my kid when they're in preschool. For the love of God, you got your little mange patch on the top, and you want to go live and turn on your camera and start making demands of people. Buddy, you're a whole ass joke. You are an entire joke. Demands.
Yeah.
David, you better answer me, David, or I'm going to throw a big, massive man fit. What a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute because he just.
A fucking sissy. I'm telling you, this is what sissies do. They cry the loudest in the fucking whole room of other babies.
Maybe we should send Dave all of your dancing videos, Bob. Then he'll really take you seriously.
This post that Scotty made, are you kidding me right now, y'all? Hold on. This bitch, she's an idiot. She just said I couldn't handle what she's been put through.
Haven't been put through anything.
This dumb bitch is an idiot. Do you hear me? An abso-fucking-lute idiot. I couldn't handle what you've been through? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Nobody even knows who you are. You are legitimately nobody.
What she's been through?
What the hell is her channel name?
Search Scotty 420, I think.
Yeah.
That figures.
Scotty drugs. Yeah.
Yep. Scotty and drugs. This is her post, y'all. This is hilarious. I guess Natasha is smarter than the U.S. Constitution now, folks. And she's got this thing up here that says, this picture. Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
The Constitution.
Generally, it's not illegal to contact a state senator concerning harassment from one of their family members. Y'all.
She missed a very important word there.
Yeah, big one.
Thank you. Scotty, you seem to have missed the part where he is extorting the senator, demanding, threatening, blackmailing. You're a fucking idiot. Lady, just shut up already. You couldn't handle 1/10 of what some of us have dealt with out here from some of the very evil people you're buddied up with these days. Number one, bitch, nobody knows who the fuck you are, and you don't know shit about what I've been through because you don't have a channel worth a shit for anybody to go after you. And you sure as shit have no reputation or anything else. Y'all want to talk about the videos that are made about me? I guess you want to refer people to those, but you ain't looked at them. The sheer amount of videos that are about me on this platform should tell you you are fucking nobody. Because how many are out there about you? None. Your crybaby ass out here begging for some chocolate and gas money would not have stood one time of your channel going down. Most less the amount that mine have. And every fucking time I've came right back and built one just as big or better. You can't build one. And if this one goes down, you'll never build another. Unless somebody gives you one that already has subscribers, like I hear this one was given to you. Because nobody gives a fuck what you say. And the only reason that anybody watches you is because you're a fucking train wreck. You may have a few supporters because they're just as brain dead as you are.
Yeah, it's called a party line.
You are the bottom of the barrel, and this is all you have to keep funding your incredibly unhealthy and lazy lifestyle, says the woman whose shoes can't hold her up. Only weak-minded fools need a side, which explains why you feel the need to emphasize the gang mentality. to your cult members constantly. Nobody here is a victim because we all have the choice to be here. Robbie hasn't broken any laws, you think? And the more you hang out with Tiffany and Amy, the more you sound like a fool. You have no proof that will stand up in court. See, I've been through that whole court thing before. I don't doubt that. And as long as there is a back and forth between two parties, it's considered mutual engagement in the eyes of the law. Not true, boo-boo. They aren't going to do anything to anyone as long as the injured party was an active participant in the shenanigans. Threats are a different story. So go ahead and throw your little insults out that only serve to prove my theory that your brain ceased developing at around the age of 14 and pretend that you haven't failed as a content creator out here.
Right out of the mouth of ChatGPT, scatty. Scatty.
Failed as a content creator.
Scotty, you can't even make a contextual post on your own channel. You have to use your little AI tool to write your words for you, you linguistic expert. She's so embarrassing.
Hey, Captain Lean and Shoe. Have you taken a look at your channel? And I don't make money over here. I make all my money on other platforms. You know, different places than this, because the internet's a big place. Yeah. This next part's hilarious to me. Just wait. When you have been doing this as long as you have and can't even manage to get 500 people in the box, it might be time to find another way to rip people off. Your channel is as dead as a channel can possibly get for someone who claims to be such a big deal online. Baby, I don't claim to be a big deal. I know I'm a big deal. And y'all tell me every day that I'm a big deal because y'all can't stop fucking talking about me. And this is another thing. And this goes back to my whole thing about Gypsy. Y'all complain and say, oh, well, she's not relevant. But bitch, you make me relevant every single day. Every day. And I just respond to your stupidity because it's amusing. Until it's not. And when you threaten somebody that I care about, it's no longer amusing. And you can say that I've gone real life about you. Where? Where have I ever contacted anyone that has to do with your real life? Because reading out your daughter's public arrest report is not going real life. Calling people that have nothing to do with the internet is. Trying to get people fired from their jobs. Trying to insert yourself into people's families. Trying to find out where a Pakistani man lives to report the fact that he's online with a white woman. Yeah, that would be considered real life. But why, Scotty, why would you dare take the time out of your oh so important life to do these things if I wasn't relevant? Would you really be this big, bad, and bothered to have to write an entire fucking novella on your CP if you weren't a little bothered? Pretty sure I haven't written one. I go live and laugh at y'all. And you can't stand it. Because I truly see you as a whole fucking joke. See, I go to other platforms and do what actually makes me money. And then I come here to laugh at the rejects and dregs of society that are constantly floating in the shit pool around here. I don't need this little channel. And you're right. I usually get about 300 watching over here. I don't advertise it at all. At all. That I even have a YouTube. And I challenge you, Scotty, come on over to TikTok. As a matter of fact, I challenge all of you. Nikki, Siren, Bobo, and you. Come on over to TikTok. Start a channel and go live. Let's see how many people you have. Because I can guarantee you that I can go live right now about any of the true crime cases that I currently talk about and have 3 to 1,000, sometimes 2,000 people watching at one time. When have you ever had 200, 150? If you're not talking about me. How many do you have on the daily? Because I'm fairly certain you can't even break 100. And your poor little friend Nikki, she's lucky to get 50. And Robbie, with his 11,000 followers, big fucking whoop, that he's been stuck at for 4 years, he can't even get 200 anymore. And look how many people are chatting when he has those numbers. Look how many people chat in yours. Every fucking person in your chat is a wrench. The same with Nikki. We're not the same, Shug. I make a full-time fucking income doing this. You have to beg for gas money and chocolate bars. We ain't the same. And I know that chaps your ass more than it's already chapped. Maybe one day you'll make enough to buy some shoes that can support you. But I doubt it. Awake, not woke. Shut the fuck up and get out of my chat. I'm so sick of your dumbass comments.
She prompted ChatGPT for the next paragraph. Add in a reference to some pop culture TV show or movie that is relatable to what what you said.
I know,
previously.
right?
Yeah.
You ain't nothing but a washed up has-been who looks just as pathetic as Al Bundy did on Married with Children when he reminisced about his high school football days.
Yep.
Oh, and before you go to the usual comeback about how your channel's bigger than mine, stop and consider this. Is that really a flex, ma'am? I mean, well, actually, yes, it is, dear. Because here's the thing. This channel that I have right now has 600 and something subscribers. I legitimately have not even tried to get people over here. Haven't advertised it at all. 600 in 2 days. You've got 2,000 in 6 years. Riveting content there, Scod.
Oh no! She inherited all of those, Natasha. She didn't. She's only gained like 200 subs since she's taken over that channel. Those were JT subs.
Well, imagine that.
Truth hurts.
Washed up has been.
Now, I made the travel on over to TikTok, and I have had one very successful upload on there about my patch that has 10,000, almost 11,000 views on it, but it's stuck at 15 likes. I can't quite figure out, but Scotty, try it out, girlfriend. Come on over.
I'm trying to get on here because I want to look at mine.
It's funny because she doesn't understand how unappealing she is. She thinks, see, Scotty, the sad thing about you, sweetheart, is this, that you have to really, really bounce up and down and wave your hands and try very hard to get people to have any type of, connection or keep you around, basically. Play my video, Nikki. That's how you get your way in. Oh, I'm the clip master. Make all the clips. Your clips suck, right? But you make them.
Videos suck.
They're very childish. I mean, look, I'm not the most mature person, but her videos are just ridiculous. And, and they're not even presented honestly. But she raises her hand, pick me. And then, Scotty, what happens after that? You kind of, you fizzle out, right, girl? And then you have to try harder. And then you start the little begging sprees. And then, then something tragic happens. You have a whole ass routine on here, Scotty. It's really, it's funny to watch. But the sad thing is if you could be in Natasha's position, you sure as hell would be. But girl, you just can't, because you sound like you've been sucking on the exhaust pipe of a Volvo for the past 10 years. You have absolutely no personality. You're a moron, and quite frankly, you're just trash. There's plenty of that to listen
That's
to.
exactly trash. I mean, she says I'm a has been, and I'm glad to see that you recognize the fact that I have had success, and you never have. You never will either, because yeah,
She's never been.
Never been, never will be. Never will be. But sure, come on over. Try battling. I'd love that for you. Let's see what kind of support you've got. I'd love it.
Well, she has another channel that was actually her channel, and she has like 300 subs on it, and that's kind of where you're at in this whole clout battle. And Scotty, you're very low. You're more at my pay grade, honey. I don't think you should be talking about why do they always bring it here? They don't have anything else to argue, do they? This is
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they go and say, "Oh, but numbers don't mean anything." Like Siren. Oh, of course they don't when you don't have any. Numbers don't mean anything to people who don't have any numbers.
Right.
And they just think it's a trigger point. They just think it's an easy, if you start talking numbers.
And this is the part that escapes them every time. You know, if they lost their channel today and popped up another one, how many people do you think would be subscribed in 24 hours? Because there were over 500 here.
Yeah.
With me literally not even having to do anything.
Right.
You can't get 500 the whole time you have a channel. Nikki's had hers since Moby Dick was a minnow.
Right. Right.
And look how many she has.
I've had so many go away that I can't even keep track anymore. I kind of cycle through them, you know. I'll start using one all of a sudden one day, and I'll hide the other one, and then I'll grow it a little bit, and then I'll unhide that. You know, I don't even care. Nikki tried this whole argument with me before. She said, "Oh, look at Tiffany over there with her 25 people in chat." What Nikki doesn't understand is I used to get a lot more people in chat, but the problem is that one time I got over 200, and I saw that number in mid-sentence. I ended the stream. I hit end. I couldn't do it. Some people just aren't cut out to have, I'm one of those people. I'm not cut out to have a big group of people to interact with. It's just not my thing. I like going live, talking my shit, and then ending, with a little bit of people there. These people wish they had that pool, and they just don't understand that they don't. And it boils down to such simple issues they have, and it's envy. They're envious. They cannot be as likable and have what they call a cult, which is actually just a supportive community. They're just envious. They don't have that special gift. It's a special gift to have charisma and have people like you and want to support you, and it doesn't require.
This is literally the way it's always been.
Right.
And it cracks me up. She says, "You couldn't survive 1/10 of what." Bitch, shut up. You don't even know what harassment is. Jesus. You try having 40-something channels going at you all day, every day.
They always like to call me
laying in a corner, pissing yourself and squalling.
Oh, she would be. Literally. No, she would
I know.
You should see how she gets. But when they always call me a victim, which I'm never claim. I always am pretty accountable for my decisions of, reasons why I wind up where I'm at. But Scotty, are you flexing on being a victim now, girl? Oh, you're the bigger victim of everybody. Okay.
I've said this repeatedly. I am nobody's victim, and I never will be anybody's victim, because I will never. And these dumbasses, none of them will ever get the best of me. You might knock me down a little bit. You might hurt my feelings. You might make me feel sad. But I'll get right the fuck back up and start all over again. Take the channels, don't give a fuck. Like I said, I've got 50 more. Don't care. Because that's the difference. I legitimately have a strong, supportive, loyal community. These people don't.
No.
And I have that community because of me. She has a bunch of hate bonders who go from chat to chat talking shit about whoever they're talking about on any given day.
Yep. Like attracts like.
My community has literally followed me. They have been my hairs in a biscuit for years. I mean, we traveled channel to channel for 2 years, not knowing when I was going to pop up where from one day to the next. But they hung in there right there with me. Does she have people that email her every day to see if she's going live or where she's at if she doesn't? I doubt it.
Well, and the reason that is because this is a woman who went live about 6 days ago or so, and literally said some of the most evil and cruel and just filthy words to another mother on here that I've heard. I
Me
mean,
too.
I've heard a lot of this lately from several of you in your group. But here's the thing: you guys all coagulate together because you're trash bags, and they take all the trash bags where? To the same place, the landfill. And the only reason you have those few people who show up, repetitively to your chats is because they're trash bags too, and you allow it there. If you were to disappear, they would just all find another trash bag watering hole to go to every night where they can act in a manner that's most people wouldn't want to be seen around. But you guys are all okay with it because you victimized yourself into thinking that this is retribution for some unseen, act against you. When it's not. You're just trashy people who like treating people and abusing them. And that's what you do. That's your thing. Right? That's fine. But you can't, this whole moral high ground shit is really getting old. I'm demanding David Farnsworth contacts me. Dad, your parents needed to put you in timeout a hell of a lot more than they did, buddy. Let me tell you.
Oh, so offensive.
Pink Bow, Verdo, Lehani, don't think you're safe here neither. Well, number one, Pink Bow, fuck off. She's safe in my chat, especially from the likes of you. Fuck off, dumbass.
He's a mumble rapper.
Link,
you heard?
Bitch, please find it.
Have you heard him before, Natasha?
No, and don't give a shit. Some stupid ass.
Oh, this guy is
Coming here asking for a damn link.
He's a
Find the
weirdo.
link. Shove it up your ass.
I got 350 and I'm gonna get you.
Oh, absolutely, evil attracts evil. You're absolutely correct. And like attracts like. Birds of a feather flock together. That is why you see those same exact scum-sucking shitbags in every single chat that people are in. Well, B plus, that's what I'm saying. I have Patreon, and Patreon, I think I have 300 members. I have the royalty chat where anybody can pay $25 a month, and it's in there. You in a chat with me and the mods and the rest of the royalty chat members. Some of those people have been in there for years. And then I have TikTok memberships. I mean, come on. What do you have, Scotty? I have 300 Patreon members. You can't even get 300 people watching you.
But if she could, she would be, right? And that's her problem, is she can't. That's her problem, is she can't. And that is why she brings this shit up. The projection on here is insanity. That's why if you could, Scotty, if you could do all these things, you would be doing them, girl. You are so shameless. You don't have an issue with begging for gas. I mean, the gas money thing, okay, yeah, I get it. Your Nissan Altima has the gas tank of a big rig, apparently. But
oh my God.
She has like the most fuel. She has the most fuel efficient car on earth.
She must have some hoopty from 1910 that's got a V8.
I thought she was driving like a tour bus or some shit. I couldn't figure it out. It's like, why does she need gas all the time? But Scotty, it's not only that. You will actually go. This is how, Scotty, you need to seriously think this through a little bit better. She went live one time and said she was hit by a drunk driver. This around Christmas last year. Hit by a drunk driver and had a traumatic brain injury and was in the hospital for a week. Mind you, she had just been on somebody's panel like 2 or 3 days prior to this, but details, and did a live stream where she had a fund going for her traumatic brain injury. Now she'll try and say that, other people told her to do it. Yeah, sure they did. The truth is none of these things ever happened. Okay, Scotty. Scotty also had a fundraiser for an attorney for, her court experience she had with this woman named Tammy. And It was ironic because her and I were friendly at the time, and she kept sending me messages, all these places she was going and getting things. She went to Dollar General and bought a little gnome village, mini gnome village scene for her kitchen. Went to Floor and Decor, and her adopted boyfriend redid her bathroom for her. But then she called me from court that day, and she had no attorney with her. It's kind of scratched my head. I was kind of new to this whole crowd over here. And I was like,
Yeah.
Then it dawned on me, if anybody does a fundraiser for an attorney for only $500, that's an indication that is never going to see the hands of an attorney. No
Of an
attorneys.
attorney.
Yeah. And no retainer is going to be even, less than 1,000. So she wants to talk about scamming and this and numbers and all this. Girl, you're just, you might be a big deal,
At the beer joint.
Right.
And by the way, I mean, she can probably walk to this beer joint. So I don't know why she needs gas money. She can just stumble over there.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and y'all are right in the comments because, most people have no idea what I'm actually like as a person. Outside of this whole, shit hole. And I'm completely different on TikTok than I am here because the atmosphere is so much different over there. This place over here, it's like an oppression. The moment you enter,
yes,
it's like it completely oppresses everything about you. And it's depressive too, for that matter. But, other platforms aren't like that. And what I'm like individually to people is a lot different than what you see over here.
It is.
And there's a quote that I absolutely love. Let me find it really quickly because I have it saved on my phone.
Was it something I said?
No. Oh my God.
No, I was going to help you find it. Okay.
Jesus, take all the wheels.
You were being very nice to her, Natasha. I remember. You were being very welcoming. And I remember her doing really nasty things. I didn't know her then, but I remember all the stuff that had gone on in the past.
Well,
she was,
I tolerated her. Tolerated.
Yeah, that's what I kind of got when she was around, too. Because I wasn't really like, oh my God, he's Scotty. What's up, girl?
So this is the quote. Not everyone gets the same version of me. One person might tell you I have an amazing, beautiful soul, and another one might tell you I'm a cold-hearted asshole. Believe them both.
There you go.
I don't treat people badly. I treat them accordingly.
Ooh.
Nice.
And that's exactly true. I treat people the way they treat me. The problem is they can't recognize the way that they treat people. So then they have to immediately become a victim because somebody said something to them about their ridiculous behavior. I'm just as nice as I can be until you give me a reason not to be. Then I'm not.
Yeah.
And when I'm not, you're never going to remember that I ever was. Because if you come at me or mine, I'm going to come back at you. And I'm going to rip your throat out with my virtual teeth. But I'm just as nice as I can be as long as you're not an asshole. Yeah, I'm not a victim. Never have been, never will be. Most of the people over here are just titty baby bitches.
Big time. Especially her and Slobbersaurus over there.
They act like they're such Billy badass bitches, but then they get one little taste of the same behavior that they just, that they distribute out to everybody else. And Lord help us. One's wanting a freaking peace treaty. The other one needs some chocolate.
You just don't talk about me, and we just won't even do it.
Oh, true crime insider. Okay, well, fuck off then.
They actually they think they have buying power. It's so. I mean, look, if they didn't get so nasty and bring up very personal things, which I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like you, Natasha. It only bothers me so much. It's just it's like look at who it's coming from, right? Most of the time, but they get so upset when look, I'll go in Nikki's chat intentionally or Scotty's chat intentionally, and I'll say one comment because I'll notice them getting particularly gross. Mostly when it comes to people's families is when I do this. And I'll go in there, I'll literally say one comment that's normally incredibly stupid. And I do that
Listen,
on
I don't
purpose.
hear anything.
And it derails them.
Yeah. The whole rest of the stream, whatever they could be deep like yesterday. Deep in their topic. They never got back on it. So
Yeah.
they were so upset I called them Thelma and Louise. That's how thin-skinned these women are. It cracks me up every
Well, they
time.
are thin-skinned, but yet they want to act like they've got, the skin of a rhinoceros. Not so
Yep.
much.
Not at all.
Try being an actual content creator for one day and see how much.
Yeah. They don't want the responsibility of that. Come on.
Well, they don't have the talent to do it. And they certainly don't have the talent to hold an audience for any length of time.
Oh, is my audio going out on me?
I don't know what that is. I don't hear anything.
I don't. You sound fine to me.
But I've got to get off. I got to get off of here anyhow because I've got to go do my battles. But I'll be back over here after the battles, and if y'all want to come help with the battles, it's very much appreciated. But thank you, everybody, and
thanks for having me up, you
a
guys.
little bit later. Yeah, anytime. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all later.